Ayo, yo, hey, it's the best of vibes. It's the best of vibes.
G'day guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the Best of Vibes podcast. Today we're joined by South Australian 2020 draft prospect, Zach Phillips. How are you, Zach?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's good.
You've got a bit of hype coming on the podcast with
Yeah.
Caleb getting you on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourself growing up, because there's not much I could find about you, if I'm completely honest.
No, that's right. So I grew up in the country, about 2 hours from where I live now in Adelaide. Grew up, on across the beach line, Wallaroo. I don't know if you've heard of it, probably not, but it's a real beach type of place. Grew up there all my life, with the family. Played all my footy over there in Wallaroo and Kadina. Through my junior ranks and all that, and then was fortunate enough to get picked up by the Eagles. Did a bit of travelling playing for the Eagles from all the way in the country, so I had to travel 2 hours every 3 times a week. And then me and Caleb were in the same boat and got a unit in Adelaide together. So it's only much easier for us. Instead of traveling 2 hours 3 times a week, now we can just jump in the car 10 minutes down the road. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. You said you live by the beach. Do you like surfing, or is that?
I'm not into surfing actually. I've never actually, maybe the boogie board once or twice, but no, I haven't actually got on the surfboard. There's not many waves down where I live, down in Wallaroo, but you go down the bottom more, a couple hours down the bottom. There's like Marion Bay and all that. They got some good waves, but a few of my friends in Adelaide, just down the road, West Beach where we live, they've got some good waves when it's a bit choppy. So they always tell me the surfing stories, but no, I've never been into surfing. So
It's all right.
Yeah, fair. What sort of things are you into?
all sorts. Sometimes, especially during the COVID period, did a bit of golfing at the golfing range. Just hit a couple of balls. Like to just be active outside. We got a huge, like Caleb probably told you, huge oval across the road from us. So we're always outside kicking the footy or running around, hanging with mates every day. That's about it. Just like to be active and whatnot. So
Were there any other sports that you played when you were young?
I played basketball growing up as well. I was basketball in the off season, footy, and then obviously footy during the season. Obviously bit of a high workload playing basketball and footy all year. So just to be safe, quit basketball to pursue a footy a bit more and concentrate on footy.
You're obviously a centre playing basketball, I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. Get the boards and pass it off. That was my job.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I'm the same. So
I'm in the same boat as you.
How tall are you?
I'm 6. Which one?
Zach.
I'm 6'2".
6'2". What about you, Marley?
I'm just 6 foot.
6 foot? Yeah, right.
Yeah, very small for a centre.
Basketball at all? So Zach, you play basketball?
Yeah, I play basketball. I played down in like a rep team.
Yeah.
I finally got the time to be able to play point guard, shooting guard position, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You play basketball?
Yeah, I played rep last season and this season, but obviously COVID shut it down, and just before COVID shut it down, I quit because it just wasn't doing too well. But I've only really played centre. I haven't really been moved around because I try to move around to clubs where I can play a smaller position, but it just seems to be whenever I move and I'm small, all of a sudden I outgrow everyone. You're 198 centimetres, I saw. Or have you grown since then?
Yeah, I'm 200 at the moment, so finally hit the 2 metre mark. Pardon?
How tall is that in feet?
I think it's roughly around 6'6" mark.
Jeez.
maybe, yeah, 6'5.5", 6'6", around that mark. So yeah, I get a bit of that. Everyone asks about my height, and they always want to know in feet and centimeters. So
Does Caleb ask you to get stuff down from the top shelf, or is he usually?
yeah, well, he's quite tall himself, but
Yeah.
we've got obviously Lockie Jones. We're real close with him. And we've got another mate from the country, and he's tiny. He's about 4.5 foot. So we've got our microwave on the fridge. So he always asks us to pop the microwave open and put stuff in for him. So, but yeah.
Been watching the NBA finals and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Lakers at the moment. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's been. I haven't been watching much, especially during COVID period when it was all proper being played, and me and Caleb had nothing else to do, so we used to watch NBA games, and I haven't actually been watching much finals, but I've been keeping up with the stats and that. And
Yeah.
obviously, it's 3-1 at the moment with Lakers and Heat.
Yeah. I'm hoping Lakers get it out.
Yeah, 1 game away, so see how they go.
Do you support the Lakers, or do you support someone else?
No, I don't really support an NBA team. Growing up watching basketball, but haven't really actually located a team and barracked for them. But I'm just rooting for Lakers at the moment, hoping they get it done. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else do you do during this COVID period? What else have you done?
All sorts really. There's not much you could do. It's obviously footy was done for a bit, started a bit late. So during the COVID period, me and Caleb, a couple other mates would just always stick together and do some stuff like kick the footy, play some golf, do running. Me and Caleb were really hard in the gym. We had nothing else to do, so gym was the main thing. So getting in the gym and doing all sorts. So
what was your go-to workout in the gym?
Definitely, I want to try and get my arms a bit bigger. So the beach curls were main thing I'd get in and do, biceps. So that's my go-to. Yeah, get them big, get them ready for summer.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Oh, Caleb said that he plays a bit of PS4 and all that sort of stuff. Do you join him?
Yeah, we definitely during the COVID period. That's all we'd play. We had, like Caleb said, I watched his interview. Like we had our little NBA tournaments and that we used to play.
Yeah.
Caleb was never any good, so it was really a waste of time for me just smashing him all the time. But no, we used to be hard on the NBA and a bit of Fortnite. When the new AFL Evolution, don't know if you guys have played that, but we got stuck into that, but didn't really like it that much. So we haven't played PlayStation in ages. So
I saw you had a 40 hit out game against Norwood a while ago.
Yeah.
Would you say that was your best game, or that's a fair effort?
I think that was last year. Obviously, as a bottom major, I was only 17 as a bottom major in the 18s. So that was probably one of my best games, especially as a ruck side of things. Getting my hand to a lot of the taps and the ball, which was good. But obviously you can have 40 odd hit outs, but depends if how many to advantage or not. So I can't remember how many I had to advantage, but as long as you're getting the work done with your tap work and it's going to your midfielders, that's all that matters. But last year that was probably one of my best games as a ruckman. I think I kicked the goal maybe that game, but not too sure. I can't remember. But that was probably one of my best games last year.
Yeah, adding on to that, I was a ruckman back in my heyday. Was there was there any other position you like to play? Because I know I'd like to play like centre half forward or full forward, something like that.
Well, obviously being so tall, you can't really be a Patrick Cripps on bowler or anything. But obviously been ruck all my life, and obviously a bit of forward as well, especially in the Eagles this year. I'm doing about 60% ruck, 40% forward. I'm more of a deep target when it comes to playing in the forward lines, which is so hopefully taking a good clunks and finish with goals. But yeah, that's really my only two main positions. I've played all my footy career, just ruck and forward. So
Yeah, it seems to be more common, the ruckman being pushed up forward now.
yeah, exactly.
On that, what's your pre-game routine? I've asked pretty much everyone, and yeah.
Pre-game routine. Yeah, I like to concentrate on that. Obviously, night before, get a good feed in. Me and Caleb normally cook up a secret dish, honey mustard chicken. Get that into you, get a good feed till you're full, get the carbs in for the next day. Obviously, that day as well, just hydrating. Obviously, got a game tomorrow, so yeah, I've been drinking plenty of water today. Scrambled eggs in the morning of the game. That's just that's what I've been doing for most of the season. I like to listen to some music on the drive there. But when it gets to game time, I'm more of a chilled back bloke. Listen, we got this big ass speaker that we play in the change rooms before the game that we like to party to and that. But yeah, I like to get the arousal levels up a bit. Always like going into a game all energized and that. There's no point, going into a game all laid back and that. So that's pretty much my pre-game routine. Not much to it, but it helps me out a bit.
Yeah.
What's your pre-game tune, pump-up tune?
I don't know really. I haven't got a certain song, but I like to listen to a bit of rap.
Yeah.
Like J. Cole, or don't know if you know The Baby and all that. SoundCloud as well. Don't know if you guys listen to SoundCloud, but that's got some good pump-up tunes, bit of bass to it, and hypes you up a bit. But yeah, they're probably my go-to. Don't have any specific songs, but yeah.
Do you crank up the bass in the car on the way there when you're playing those tunes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've got some subs in my car, so that gets the bass going real good. Shakes the bloody mirrors and windows and that. So it's good. Gets me hype, which is good. So
yeah, have you broken a speaker yet with them?
yeah, actually, it's not completely broken yet, but in the back, every time it gets to a certain point, it just like, I don't know, it makes weird noises, scuffers a bit. It's annoying, but yeah, I got to replace that soon. It's getting on my nerves, but.
What car do you own?
I own a Calais V, Commodore Calais.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's got some 3-inch pipes in it, some good mags, and some subs in the boot, which is good. So I owned that for a couple 2 to 3 years. So yeah, so nice and loud, which is good. But
what sort of wheels are on them? What sort of wheels?
They're 18-inch mags. I don't know the actual brand, but 18-inch mags with small tread. But I don't know the specific brand, but they're my go-to. So.
Do you have any
you guys
pets?
own any good cars? Pardon?
Wait, what was that?
You guys.
What did he say?
He said, "Do we know any good cars?"
Not own any good cars, or?
Well, I've got a 75 series Land Cruiser,
Really?
and a Toyota Hilux 2009, which I just brought.
Oh, so you got two?
Yeah, got a bush car and a work car.
I'm into my cars, so watch a bit of car videos, and hopefully get a Dad's Colorado next year, hopefully. So upgrade that a bit. Stock at the moment, so put some big muddies on it, 34s on it, and that. So
yeah, that's the way.
But
have you got any pets back home? Obviously, you probably don't have any in the unit.
Yeah, no, obviously don't have any. It's too small, no backyard. But I'm at home in the country. Got a little Maltese Shih Tzu dog, whatever you call them. Had that for a few years. But that's our only pet. Used to have a rabbit run around in their backyard. Because my little brother, he loves his pets, so we got him a rabbit for his birthday. Don't know where that went though. That went somewhere, but we're just left with a dog at the moment. So.
Nice.
No, that's the way. Are you into like any musical instruments or anything like that?
No, haven't really been into that stuff. I actually used to. I bought a guitar when I was like, I don't know how old I was, 14. All I could play was "Smoke on the Water" though.
Yeah, it's a go-to.
Yeah, that's a go-to. But nah, I haven't really been into my musical instruments. But
is your brother tall like you, or is he Short.
Yeah, well, I've got two brothers. One's only 7. He's huge for his age. He's like in year 1, and people are like a foot taller, foot smaller than him. So I've got a 14-year-old brother. He's giant. He towers over everyone. He's in footy. He's playing a bit of ruck, but he's a bit like his position. He switches from ruck and into an inside mid. So.
Yeah.
But he's huge. He'll when he gets to my age, he'll probably be around my height. So see how we go.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of kids' goal to get to your height at some stage.
Yeah.
Are your parents tall or no?
Yeah, dad's about 6'3". He's the only tall one. He's starting to shrink a bit. He's getting old, so he's starting to lower his height a bit. But yeah, he's big as well, about 6'3". So especially my age, he used to be he's tall and skinny like me. And then he got to those dad ages, and he's starting to bulk up a bit. So
yeah, it happens to everyone, I think.
yeah.
What are your finals predictions for the AFL from this point on?
I don't know. I think Port. I feel like Port have come out of nowhere really. Like the last few years, they haven't, especially like 4 years ago, they weren't actually that highly rated. But they've had a real good year this year. Obviously, winning the minor season. Got some good players in there. So yeah, I'm hoping they get up. Hopefully, make the grand final. See how they go. Good to see them make another grand final and hopefully win it. But yeah, I'm hoping Port get up this year. So,
are you an Adelaide supporter or a Port Adelaide supporter or an interstate supporter?
yeah, sadly, I'm a Crows supporter. Been grown up all my life, barracking for Crows, and obviously the family goes to Crows. But yeah, obviously this year's been not their year for them. Obviously they got a couple of young guns like Shoei and all that, Harry Schoenberg and all that are hopefully come up the ranks in a few years' time, and get them back up and running again. So
yeah,
who's your favourite player from current Crows club?
Crows, probably. I love a bit of Sloaney. He's a hard nut. Sloaney, I really like Riley O'Brien right now. He obviously won their club champion this year. He's had a real good year. He's the way he goes about it. His second efforts as a ruckman, which all us ruckmen try and focus on. He's a good player to look up to as well as a ruckman. So yeah, probably those two. Especially played with Harry Schoenberg last year. Through Eagles, and obviously he's been fortunate enough to debut this year, and he's been playing some good footy as a rookie. So yeah, he's probably another one, but yeah, there are probably a few that I like. So
yeah, fair enough.
On that, who do you look up to? Who's like the basic game around?
Well, as a ruckman, I like to I like a few ruckmen like Max Gawn from Melbourne, obviously Brodie Grundy, Nick Nat. He's had a real good year this year. Nick Nat, obviously, coming back from injury, and he's put himself back in the AFL and made a statement, which is good. So yeah, love how Nick Nat goes about it. He's such a good competitor, and it's just great player. So
obviously, you're more than likely to get drafted at your height and your skill. Would you be happy to move interstate, or would you rather stay at home?
Well, obviously, going any club that hopefully picks me if I do get the opportunity. Obviously, any club that picks me, I'm more than happy to go to. But obviously, big family guy on that, so probably staying interstate where all my mates and family are would be ideal. But yeah, obviously, any club that hopefully picks me up, I'll be fortunate enough to be happy to go there. So
Yeah, of course.
On that, who do you reckon should have made the finals but didn't?
I don't know really. I reckon the finals, the top 8 is probably probably ideal. The 8 teams that made it. Obviously, the bottom teams out of the 8 probably didn't play as well.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't really think anyone missed out. To be honest with you, I think the top 8 that was finished off. Yeah, all should have made it easily. So
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. Like since you go for Adelaide and all that sort of stuff, because I'm a Melbourne supporter, and
yeah,
I've had to deal with a lot of
because you got like Adelaide, North Melbourne, and Melbourne, and that are didn't have a great year, but yeah. I think the top eight's looking good and looking strong. So obviously, being like the first week of finals was real good to watch. Like West Coast and the Collingwood game.
Yeah.
That was real good, and they've all been real close, like 10 points within the team. So it's been a good final series so far. So hopefully it carries on like that.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think I nearly lost my voice last Saturday because I'm a Pies supporter. So I was up and about.
Yeah. No, I get where you come from.
Yeah. What's your best or funniest story, football related or not? I asked Caleb this. And
Football
everyone.
related. What Caleb answer? Was his football related?
Jeez, I don't even remember what he answered. Do you remember? Zach?
It wasn't Falcon because that was the last guy we had.
I think it was winning the flag. I think that was his story.
Yeah, flat. Yeah. That's obviously, last year I was bottom major, like I said, and playing all season, and then lucky enough to win the flag, going back to back as well, which was good. And then obviously had good final series as a team, and winning the flag was an unreal experience. Obviously, you don't really get to witness that much. But obviously playing on Adelaide Oval on a good deck was real good with the supporters and the crowd. And then celebrating with your mates afterwards. So that was good. So
Yeah, of course.
What do you reckon?
I think
you
we're
frozen. Where's he gone?
I think he's just disconnected. I'll have a look whether he's messaged me or not. No. I'll just ask you a question then.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll just ask you a simple one. If you were to help us in getting anyone
Sorry,
on.
my.
That's all right. If you were to, I guess, nominate anyone else to come on this podcast, like Caleb nominated you, who would you?
Yeah, I saw that. I watched when he said that. Probably. I'd love to get Lockie on here, Lockie Jones. Obviously he's a good mate of me and Caleb's. He'd have a lot of stories to tell. Good banter. Good, obviously for you guys, for your side of you, like to interview him. Obviously going top 10, hopefully. It'd be probably unreal for you guys to interview him. Because he'll for NGA obviously. Hopefully get straight into the AFL playing next year, playing some league level this year. So he's looking good. Probably funny person. Probably like Tom Power. Don't know if you guys have heard much of him. Obviously had a real breakout year this year. He's a real funny bloke as well, especially on our AFL Hub camp. He's a funny bloke. So he'd have a couple jokes up his sleeve and obviously some good serious stuff to tell you guys. So
Yeah, I messaged Lockie Jones and we're just waiting on a response at this point. But it's all right.
Yeah. Oh, when I see him tonight, I'll get him. I'll get him to reply. I don't know. He hasn't told me if he's received the message or not. But I'll get him to reply. I'll make him.
He commented on Caleb's thing, so I was like, "Stuff it. Let's just try and get him too."
Yeah.
All right. Now that my internet's not playing up anymore, I don't even remember what I was going to ask. I'll just go with something else. Have you had any injuries or anything like that while playing footy? If so, what's probably been less?
Yeah, well, last year, playing against I yeah went up for a pack mark and then yeah came down without the ball, landed on someone's foot. So yeah, rolled my ankle real bad, tore some ligaments on the inside and outside of my ankle. That was probably my first real bad injury. And then yeah, I was out for a few weeks and concentrating on rehab and recovery and that. This year, obviously playing school footy for Henley and yeah, Sandford footy. We play school footy during the weeks and then play again Sandford footy on the weekends. So that's like having 1 to 2 trainings a week and then playing 2 games a week. So obviously workload was a big thing on myself. And that's probably, especially now that we're narrowing into the end of the season, I've got a small niggles on the back of my back. So getting that looked at, it's a bit annoying. Like it's not a real bad injury, but it's just a small niggle that's just staying there, and it's like yeah, sometimes affects my training levels and game levels and that. So that's probably not I wouldn't say an injury, but yeah, something that's just annoying. That's affecting me at the moment, but we'll see how we go. So
Get you.
Yeah. You said you watched Caleb's one, so you probably already heard me ask this question to him. But if you were with your mates at a pub and you had 2 minutes to order, what would your go-to order be and why?
what was that? Sorry.
If you were with your mates at a pub and you had
Yeah.
2 minutes to order a meal, what would your go-to meal be and why?
I didn't actually see that, Caleb's, but my go-to meal is definitely chicken schnitzel with pepper gravy. That's my go-to.
That's the same thing as what Caleb said.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah,
I've
pretty
never
sure.
seen. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's my go-to. I have it every time. Pub meal. That's a good pub meal for me. Yeah, big chicken snitty with a good topping. So yeah, finish
Not a
that.
steak man. Prefer a schnitty over a steak.
Yeah, I prefer a snitty, but yeah, I have steaks here and there. Normally cook steaks up at home. They're always too dear when you go out. They're like $30, $30
Yeah, I
plus.
know.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, snitty's perfect price, so and it's good as well. So yeah, that's my go-to.
Yeah, nice.
I'm a steak man myself. I'm into getting medium rares and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, medium rare. Steak's good with pepper gravy as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It also goes good with creamy mushroom sauce and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mint.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Since you're a car man, what's your dream car?
Dream car. Yeah, well, obviously, I was having this convo the other day actually with some mates. For a dream car, it's probably not really a Lambo or anything. I'm not that kind of guy to go that luxury, but I don't know if you guys have heard of like the HSV GTS cars and that, like the Holdens, Maloo Ute even.
Yeah, no, there you go.
They're all my go-to. Or even if I'm going for a big bulky ute, probably like a Wild Track Ranger or something. Do that up. But yeah, they're probably my dream cars. I'm not really that kind of guy to dream of a Lambo or anything. But yeah, they're probably my top cars I'd love to have in the future sometime. So
yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
What's your go-to joke?
Go-to joke. I don't know. I'm not really the kind of guy to tell jokes or anything, but I always have this one that I've always grown up telling. It's like, have you heard of the golfing joke? Why the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Nah.
Nah, never heard it.
In case you got a hole in one. I've always grown up telling that one. It's just a nice pun, but yeah, not really a jokesy kind of guy to dish out jokes to everyone, but
Yeah.
No. That's fair. Are you into like any other sports besides basketball or footy?
like barracking for and watching.
Like just like watching or in barrack for, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been watching some NFL lately. I haven't really been a big supporter on that. I haven't really watched much, but yeah, we've been watching it recently. bit of cricket, especially a couple of years ago. Love the one-day series and all that.
Yeah.
Test match and all that. Yeah, watch a bit of cricket. Yeah, I don't really watch much other sports. It's pretty much just basketball and footy.
Yeah,
And
no,
then sometimes if I flick on the TV and cricket's on, might
might
sit
just
down
sit
and
there and
watch
watch
a bit
it.
of that. But that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
What's the most embarrassing story about yourself you can tell us?
Oh, embarrassing story. I don't know. I've probably got a couple. I reckon one is like, because obviously me, Caleb, and like Jonesy, Lockie Jones, and we have this other mate. We're always with each other out in public, and I reckon one time Bailey he dacked me right in front of the shopping centre in front of everyone. He just dacked me, and yeah, he's dacked me, and I don't know if you guys heard of Hagen, right? He's a plays for Glenelg and SA. Probably never heard of him anyway,
I've
but
never heard of him.
No,
he's
yeah.
he's one of my other mates at school, and I reckon one time he dacked me in the classroom in front of everyone. So yeah, it's embarrassing when when your shorts are down at your ankles and you're just chilling there. But yeah, that's probably I haven't had that much bad experiences. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah. No, I reckon no. I don't even remember the last time someone's ever actually mentioned dacking or anything like that. It's been a while, I think.
yeah, it's always a go-to thing to do, really.
Yeah. And yeah, it was even there was a stage around Melbourne where people were just going around just stack tapping each other and just that was always painful.
Yeah,
Got that times.
that's always painful. That's good.
Definitely when you get a big fella that fucking hits you real hard, you just
Yeah, that'd kill. Yeah.
who do you think's been underrated this season in footy
As a team or a player?
as a player?
What in the AFL?
Yeah.
Underrated player. I don't know really. I think obviously I like the looks of like Dan Butler and that. I don't know if there's much talk about them. But yeah, Dan Butler's been a real standout player for me. I reckon this year's probably been his best year. I think personally.
Yep.
I think if he's been highly rated by many, but obviously another player probably like Nick Nat. People weren't too sure what he was going to do coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Going to slowly make his way into it and that. But yeah, he's been huge this year, Nick Nat. Obviously come back from injury. And he's had a huge year, which is good. So, but yeah,
What's one thing you'd say? I know you live in South Australia, but to the anti-maskers in Victoria, what would you say to them?
the anti-maskers. I don't know. I reckon you just got to follow the rules. Like if you have to wear, do you guys have to wear a mask going outside?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get fined if we don't.
How much is the fine?
Couple of
Be a
thousand.
fair whack, I reckon.
I think it's a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just follow the rules. Like, obviously, you guys are in lockdown and that, and I reckon everyone's trying to do the most they can to minimize COVID and get it back up and running like it was early last year. So I reckon just chuck it on, follow the rules. It's making it's all over the news. Like, it's making people angry and that as well. So
Yeah.
follow the rules, simple. Which is
Yep.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. What would you say to a kid that's trying to play footy like at a high level?
Oh, to a kid that's I reckon just focus on yourself. I don't know, chase your goals, get a couple of goals set in, and chase your goals really. So obviously growing up, there's been a couple of times where I think I thought to myself that maybe I'm not too good to make this or make that, but I reckon confidence is a big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Having confidence in yourself to play a good game of footy or to get somewhere where you want to be, if it's playing sample footy or AFL footy or anything. Chasing goals, be confident with yourself, and hopefully all goes well. But
Hopefully. Hey, Millsy's back finally.
So I'm just trying to upgrade it to pro so we can have a bit more time. What would you say to anyone that's like feeling pretty shitty at the moment to try and stay positive?
about what, COVID and that, or
Yeah,
footy, or
staying inside,
anything?
anything really?
I don't know. I reckon there's always going to be hope, really. Especially with COVID, it's probably destroyed and ruined a few people's lives. I reckon always finding hope that hopefully sooner or later it's all going to come good again. So just stay positive, follow everything you need to do, and hopefully all comes well soon. So positivity is a big thing to focus on, I reckon.
Yeah, nice.
Staying positive helps yourself out, and that's
Yeah, that's good.
Back on the COVID thing though, it's actually starting to get that right. It's like there's borders and all that around here. It's just kind of a bit.
Is there borders over there?
Yeah, so since I'm living in like a rural area, like a country area, they've got a full police check to see if, like, why you're going down there and if you actually live down there and all that sort of stuff. And if you get caught down there, you can get a $5,000 fine.
Yeah, right.
So bad. If you don't have,
it's getting bad, isn't it? Like, obviously all the state borders are closed, but I haven't actually heard that you have borders over there in just the one state. Because obviously, I don't know if you heard, but there was someone from Victoria, a teenage girl or something, that had COVID. I don't think she knew she had it, but then she snuck over to South Australia somehow, and then she caught a case, and then just shit started happening. Shit started going downhill. But
I was just saying, Zach, I tried to pay for it. I pressed pay, and then I forgot my PayPal password, so it wouldn't let me in.
Oh, no, that's all good.
I was right at the last hurdle too.
It's easy. All good.
What's your go-to footy boot?
Footy what? Sorry.
What's your go-to footy boot?
I like the Tiempos.
Yeah.
Obviously, I played with Asics last year, and then obviously fortunate enough with the hub. We all had a Nike deal, and we all got some free Nike boots, which was good, and we were fortunate enough to do that. So obviously had some Tiempos, got given 2 Tiempos, and they've obviously done me well this year. They've got good comfort in that. So I reckon Nike Tiempos is the go-to for me, and probably I'll stick with for most of my career. So
if you could choose any AFL player, past or present, to bring to whatever club you get drafted to, or the Eagles, who would it be?
I don't know. That's because there's so many in there. I don't know. Depends really. I don't know. I don't know. Probably a present player like Dangerfield or something. He's so aggressive, like controlled aggression, and he's real intent towards the footy, and he goes well about his game. So probably Dangerfield, or probably similar player like that. Even a Patrick Cripps or anything. Obviously he's hadn't had a great year this year, but I reckon one of those players with good aggression, good intent, and go well about their game. So
I had a question, bro. Go ahead. I pulled a Marley.
I saw that in Carl's interview.
Oh, I did it in the last one with Jeremy Sharp too. I had that many times that I just completely lost my question. How's school for you? Obviously, you said you're on school holidays. How's that going with year 12?
Yeah, it's going all right. Obviously trying to weigh out footy and school evenly. Obviously this is a real important year. To get your high ATAR you need and good grades and that. So I was fortunate enough to only have 3 subjects this year because I did a couple of year 12 subjects last year in year 11. So that's helped me out a fair bit with some spare time that I can study and do extra work in. And obviously have some time to myself. So it's been challenging. Obviously it's every year 12's mindset a bit challenging, but no, it's been good that it's starting to get to the end of the journey right now. So but yeah, it's been a good experience this year. So
Nice. As a supporter standpoint, who do you reckon's the most feral team in the AFL?
team. I don't know. I feel like supporter the supporter side. I reckon Port have always had those supporters that are a bit here and there. I don't know. Collingwood are right. They used to have their bogan supporters, but I reckon they've come good now. But as a team, I don't know. I don't know. There's not really any bad teams that are like. It's more the supporter side. So like you got your Port they got their supporters that are always up and about and don't have a filter. But that's probably my main thing.
Yeah.
I've done it again. I had a question and I've forgotten.
Oh jeez.
I'm hoping.
Look at Millsy. What would be one team you'd love to play for in the future?
One team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon you have a team that you really want to go to because you support them, or a team that's probably done well through their history, and you want to go to them. But I don't know. I'd probably toss up between maybe staying local, going to Crows or Port because I like both of them. It'd be good to stay local and also go to a team that you like. Maybe even Richmond or Collingwood. But pretty much you couldn't really pick a team, could you? It's any team you go to, it's going to be a good experience, and that's so.
If you could be a backup ruckman, or I guess limelight in the centre ruckman, to any AFL level ruckman, who would it be? So like to learn off and have them as a mentor.
I reckon probably a few. I reckon the way I love watching Nick Nat play. Obviously, like I said earlier, Nick Nat. The way he goes about it, it's just real. He's real like athletic. Doing like leaping over his opponents. The aggression and intent, controlled aggression he has around the ground. His marking ability, his tapping ability, like you see, a few games this year, his tap work's been real good. And he's just he's always working for the whole game. So probably Nick Nat would be an ideal player I'd like to learn off and hopefully pass some stuff down to me. Even maybe Brodie Grundy, because Brodie Grundy, Riley O'Brien, even because watching Riley O'Brien this year, he's had a real good year as well with his second efforts and playing as a ruckman and also playing as a midfielder ruckman, so getting a lot of the ball and a lot of marks in that. So probably like those players, probably more Nick Nat and Riley O'Brien.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh.
Excited to go to sleep.
Nah, just my back's getting a bit
Same question I asked Jeremy Sharp on our last interview, which was, "Are you single?"
Yeah, I've got a girl at the moment. She's from the country. So we've been talking for a while. that's about it really. Grew up as friends when I was down in the country, but yeah, I've had her for a few months now, so yeah, we'll see how we go. See how we go in the future.
Yeah, of course.
That's the way. Who do you reckon has probably one of the strongest backlines in the AFL?
Strongest backlines. I reckon, especially last year and a bit of this year, Richmond have had strong backline. They've had some real good players come out of there, and obviously last year with the All-Star selection, I think there's 2 Richmond players. I forgot who were named in the backline, but yeah, Richmond. Watching the game, I feel like there's a lot of rebounds come out from the Richmond backline. So obviously the opposition kicks it in, but yeah, Richmond are real good with rebounding the ball and getting an intercept mark and coming back out. Even West Coast maybe as well, especially with Jeremy McGovern playing in the backlines. I reckon he's helped them out a lot with his contested and intercept marking, and then he's able to transition that back down to the forward line. So yeah.
Zach forgot to ask this to Sharpie on our last episode, but he remembered to ask Caleb. Would you come back on if we sent you another message asking you to come on?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I think you guys have just started, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you've got lot more to do, and obviously you guys will be doing this for a while, and hopefully, wish you guys all the best in that, and hopefully you'll grow, get a lot more players on here. I guess you've probably got a few lined up and that. So yeah, I'd love to come on again. Obviously, it's a chilled podcast. You don't have to be all serious and that. So yeah, it's good. Obviously, you 2 boys love your banter and that. So good podcast to be on. So yeah, I'd probably come on again, 100%. So
yeah. If I'm being completely honest, we have no one lined up after you.
I'll have to get a couple people.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Jonesy tonight, Lockie Jones. Force him to come on. I don't know if he's seen your message or not, but so how'd you guys get onto Jeremy Sharp?
I just sent him a text not text, but a message on Instagram. He just happened to be one of the people who responded.
So, have you sent many DMs out, or?
Oh, we've sent tons. I think I remember the first day that we actually opened the account. We just went through and followed a whole bunch of people and sent a whole bunch of messages. And it got to the point where my phone actually wouldn't let me follow or message anyone else because I'd done it so much.
Yeah, right.
Just because we were trying to build it. So we just followed a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I'll get Jonesy on here. I know you guys asked Ty Schofield as well.
Yeah.
I'll get onto him when I see him tomorrow. I'll message him.
Yeah,
I'll get some people on here.
Taj has been slightly annoying me just because he looks at our stories and stuff like that, but doesn't reply to our messages.
Oh shit! Yeah, right. I reckon Barry Chamberlain would be a good person to get on.
Yeah, he's followed us and looked at our stuff, so he could be alright.
Yeah, I reckon he'd get on here.
Yeah, I'll get on to sit on this.
He'll do anything to get some me time. So.
No, that's good. That's good. Do you have any other hobbies like 4-wheel driving or dirt bike riding or anything like that?
Well, obviously I haven't really owned a 4-wheel drive. I've always had sedans like Commodores and that, but obviously I love camping. When I was, especially up to about 4 years ago, I stopped doing it. But yeah, growing up I used to go out to a scrub with some mates and put the motorbikes on the back trailer with the family and go out and see all the other families. And we had a little scrub on a mate's farm, and it was a big scrub. Bought some old caravans, just $500 ones, cheap ones, just put out there, and so we could stay in. So it was good setup. Built a shed out there, and built some motorbike tabletops and whoops and berms and everything out there. So I reckon I've grown up loving dirt bikes. Used to own WR 450.
Nice.
So yeah, I've always loved my dirt bikes. But yeah, probably camping, being out and about in the bush and whatnot's probably a big hobby I like to try and do whenever I can. So
You're actually the first person that I've talked to that's actually ridden dirt bikes.
really,
Yeah,
That
because
includes me.
yeah,
yeah, I reckon.
I love my bikes. At the moment I got a 350 EXCF KTM.
Yeah,
Brand new 2021 that I just got.
yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. Are you into bush riding or track?
A bit of both really. I've never raced, but obviously I had a CRF 250 a couple of years ago. That I just rode because I got my L's for my motorbike license. Rode that all over the roads to get to A to B. And then obviously I couldn't do much of it. Couldn't really take it out bush and that. So sold that and bought I forgot what year it was. 2000. It was old, but it was still it was good. It was like 2004 WR 450.
Yeah.
Put some hand covers on that, and went out bush riding, and could take it out in the dirt, do jump, actually be able to jump on it and that, because
Yeah.
the CRF 250 was too much of a road bike, so you couldn't really do anything, take it out dirt
Well,
or anything. But
yeah, was it an X or was it a
the
was it a
WR,
250? No, the CRF, was it a 250X?
I think it was a 250L. I think was that. Yeah,
think
so
I
it was
know.
a more of a road bike.
Yeah, farm
Yeah.
bike sort of thing.
Yeah, I think the CRF 250X is more of a racing type bike, isn't it?
Nah, it's an enduro bike. So that's
Yeah.
what I had. That was
Yeah.
one of my bikes that I've owned, but too slow, so I got rid of it.
Yeah, I've ridden a lot of mates' bikes as well. Had one of my mates got a YZ 85. So
Yeah.
two stroke with the power band.
Yeah.
They're always fun to ride because you get a good kick out of it because it's so powerful takeoff, especially when the power band kicks in. So
Yeah. I've been looking for.
Always loud. So
Yeah, you a 2-stroke or 4-stroke man?
now 4-stroke. Two strokes two. It's like loud, so are the 4-strokes. 2-strokes are just annoying loud.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that one.
But yeah, 4-strokes. Yeah, I've always ridden 4-strokes. Like Dad's got a KTM 450 as well.
Yeah.
That's like 2005 or something. So yeah, ridden that a couple of times. But yeah, I've always been a 4-stroke man.
Sorry.
I'm sitting here with a very blank face because I've got no idea what you guys are talking about. But have you had any really bad injuries to do with motorbike riding?
Yeah, well, I used to. So when I lived home, I used to travel 15 minutes to do. Don't know if you guys heard of Pilates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to ride because I wasn't on my piece. I used to ride my WR 450 on the dirt roads, take the back roads to Moonta. And I've come home first time on this dirt road, and there was a sharp bend, and I was going like 60 around it. And yeah, obviously being on the dirt and rocks, it's real slippery in that. So I've just skidded out, and I've come off, and there's just this big prickly bush I've just landed in, and the bike's gone flying over me into the barbed wire fence. And then I wasn't any bad injuries, but got a big cut on my hip, like a big bulge, and a few scratches, big long scratch on my leg, and a couple more scratches here and there. So that was probably my worst ever injury. I reckon one time as well when I was real little, rid into a tree, so I slid out, and because the bike's gone into the tree, and then I've got this big welch mark on my chest still. And it winded the hell out of me. I'll tell you what, that was the worst experience I've ever had.
Yeah, my mate, just recently, it's not Zach, it's one of my other mates, and Zach knows about it. But he was riding on his property and his throttle cable got stuck and he went over a hump. Not over a hump, a turn, sorry. And he went straight into a fence and fell off and broke both his wrists and one of his hands. So now he's stuck in lockdown. And then he went to hospital and he had an allergic reaction to the medication. Ended up in ICU, but now he's all right.
What else can you ask for? You go to stuff all your wrist and hand up, and then you go to hospital and get allergic reactions to the thing.
What was even worse for him was he just got cleared. He had surgery on his feet at the start of the year, and he just got cleared to start riding again. And then he goes and does that. Like 2 weeks ago, he got cleared.
Jesus Christ.
He has a good run.
No, that's
one of my mates, because he had a 450 and he does monos and that sort of stuff, like through the streets and on roads and all that sort of stuff. And he was on the back wheel and the bike looped and he did his ACL, sold the bike, got the surgery, got back on bikes, did his LACL, did his other knee as well. The exact same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You never get good luck on motorbikes.
Yeah.
If you're riding motorbikes often, you're always going to have one bad crash.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ride.
barely fall off. I'm more just, I know that I'm going to fall off, so I just drop the bike. I think the worst one that I've had in the past month or two was I was riding and I was going down a side trail and I was hauling ass, like literally hauling. I lost my dad. My dad was far as behind me and I hit this deep puddle and the back end kicked out and I just just dropped in, just fell off and I was like, fuck. Brand new bike, first ride I ever went on it and I fucking dropped it and I was devastated.
Yeah. You always get one problem riding a motorbike. Always one bad injury. If you don't get an injury or crash it, you're not riding it right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I like to say.
Exactly.
I think I'm happy with the ride on the lawnmower around my grandpa's. I think I'm good with that one.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's the safest bet for me.
No, my goal is to at least ride Fink once, the Fink Desert Race.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that is.
Yeah, I've always watched that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
My dad did with a couple mates in the country. Like Dad's been big on his motorbikes as well, but he bought a postie bike, and he does this thing for charity for cancer. For where we live, like we've got this big region that does it all, and they buy their own postie bike and they do like the Simpson Desert and all that.
That's sick.
So they do so many Ks on the postie bike, like I reckon it'd be like 10,000 Ks or something they do. It's like they go for a week and just continue riding. And Dad had a huge fall. They're riding on this big big dirt road, and next thing there's this big cutout ridge. It's from where like the water flows, so it like cuts in the dirt. And he didn't see it, and he's gone like 50 Ks straight into it. And he's just like, the bike stopped, he's gone flying over. And he's picked the bike up, and the whole like front wheel's got a big like V shape from where it hit the ridge. So he fucked it big time, but
yeah. I still don't get why people say like, oh no, I don't want to ride bikes. You ask why and they say, oh, my mate come off. And they hear him say that. It's just like, oh, it's not you, is it? Just give it a go. You never know.
Yeah,
that's directed at me. I know that, Zach.
No, actually, it's directed at some other people. Like, I can get, because one of my mates, his dad passed away while he was in the bush, had a heart attack and fell off. And I don't think he rode for a couple of months, and now he's back on his bikes. He's on race bikes and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, he's a good one.
You probably need to get going fairly soon, because I know you couldn't get on before. But I got one more question. It's just about your mullet. Is there any story behind that, or is that just like Caleb just decided to grow it out?
I don't know, really. I've only really properly grown it this year. I reckon. I got a trim on it like how long ago? Probably 3 months ago. A little trim on it. But I don't want to grow it too long, not like Caleb's, because that's a bit too long. But yeah, I just trim the top up a bit. I do the sides myself. Just do the sides a bit, and then leave it out. I'm not going to grow it too long, but I reckon the mullet's the go-to haircut at the moment. Everyone's got it.
Yeah, well, Zach and I have done it for charity this year. We did it to the whole month of September. We grew ours out.
Yeah.
And then I said,
I've got to still get one.
last Saturday I said if Collingwood lose, I'll cut it off. And obviously they didn't. So now I've still got it and I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
No, I tried to book in to get mine at least cut down a little bit, but where I live, every barbershop's booked their week ahead.
Yeah, right.
So it's been a struggle.
Yeah, right. You always get that though, don't you?
Yeah,
Everyone
exactly.
they're always booked out.
Yeah, it's always when you need it the most.
Yeah, and then you got to wait an extra week or two.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll let you go, Zach. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Easy done. Thanks for that, guys. Appreciate it.
No
All the
worries.
best
Thanks,
as well. Hopefully you get a few more interviews and go up the ranks a bit. Obviously, you guys just started, but wish you all the best with your little thing you got going. So
Yeah, thanks, mate. And we hope to have you back on fairly soon.
And I hope you get drafted
Perfect.
to a team in Melbourne as well. So then,
come over, link up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all right. Nah, easy.
All right.
All right. Perfect. Thanks for that, fellas. Enjoy.
You too. Catch up.
Catch ya.
Right.
It's the best of vibes, we gon' blow your mind. It's the best of vibes, go to brand new heights.